I'm so excited to have a few minutes just to talk to you guys. My name is Cheryl. What's up? And I come to you all the way from Toronto, Canada. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Canada if you are not familiar. This is the birthplace of ketchup, so much respect must be given. Put respect on our name for that. And also the home of poutine, the place of basketball. Fun fact for you if you didn't know, please believe. Yep, Canadians made basketball. Hockey, of course. And, now we're called the Six. Home of Drake, Drizzy Drake, home of Biebs, the Biebs, home of Shawn Mendes. Who else? Lily Superwoman Singh. Oh my goodness. Home of the 2019 NBA champs, the Toronto Raptors. We are home to some incredible artists. The only artist we're not quite claiming right now is Tory Lanez for obvious reasons. But you know what? Besides that, we are filled with talent, filled with athletics, and it is freezing down here. People, it is cold, okay? If you want to come and experience winter like no other, Canada is the place to be. I'm so excited to talk to you today. I just want to welcome you once again to Born to Reign. And you've heard this 1,000 times throughout the whole watch party, but I want to break down for you why we're calling it Born to Reign. When you think of the word reign, R-E-I-G-N, almost said G-H-N, R-E-I-G-N. Yes, I went to school. Reign means, listen to this, to have complete and widespread control or influence. I gotta say that again. It means to have complete and widespread control or influence. That's what reign means. It also has a secondary meaning. It means to dominate or govern in leadership. Ooh, I'm getting fired up already. And so when we say born to reign, this is what we mean. It means that you're born to dominate in this world. You are born to influence and be an influencer in this world. What does that mean to be an influencer? It means you are born to make your mark in this world. It means you were born to change this world and to make it for the better. So we're talking about you being a leader, right? And you're literally made and shaped to be a leader in so many ways. Guys, you can be a leader in your school. You could be a leader in your home. You could be a leader in your neighborhood, your community, your church, your job, with your friends. There are so many ways that you can be a leader at life. In every area of your life, actually. Did you know that you're a leader? You have the potential to lead and to lead well if you choose to be. Being a leader is a choice. And so when we talk about being royalty or reigning, I want to put a couple of thoughts into your mind. And for some of us here, it may take a little bit more than the next 2 minutes to change your mind. For some of you, you're coming with a different mentality. You don't think you're royalty. You don't think you're a leader. You don't think you're amazing. You think there's a lot of stuff that's wrong with you. And I'm so pumped that I get to help change your thinking. So let's go. Or as they say, Lego. So did you know this? Did you know that you're a king in the making? Did you know that? Did you know that you're a king in the making? Did you know that you're a queen in the making? And I don't know where you're tuning in from. And I know that this is global. This is everywhere, all over the world. So even now, let's just have fun. Right where you are with your people, I want you to shout out your city when I count to 3. I want you to rep your city and I'm going to rep mine. Okay. On the count of 3, I want you to shout out your city. 1, 2, 3, Toronto. A little bit louder, guys. 1, 2, 3, rep your city. Okay, I almost hear you all the way from Arizona, New York, LA. I feel like I want to shout you out, but I'm gonna have wars in a minute, city wars. So let me just hold tight. But shout out to every person gathering in their homes. And hey, a little shout out to Toronto. I can do it. I can do it. It's my time. I'm going to shout out. I'm a proud Sixer. But here's the thing. I don't know where you're tuning in from. And I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know what has been said to you. I don't know what has been done to you. And I know that everything that has happened in your life, if it's like mine, it affects who we are. It shapes who we are. What we go through in our life shapes the way we see the world. It shapes the way we think about others, about ourselves, and how we live our life. And many of you have come from different circumstances, different situations. I came from government housing. That's what we call it over here, subsidized housing. You may know that. I came from gangs. I came from street life. I came from a hard life. And I don't know if that's you, but I just want to tell you this. You're not a mistake. You're not an accident. You're meant to be here for a specific reason and purpose. You were meant to be here. Your life has purpose and meaning. In fact, you have purpose and meaning. And while we're here, let me just shatter a couple of lies. Can I do that? Because I hate when people hold kings and queens down. So can I just tell you right off the jump, you're not ugly. You're not worthless. You're not lazy and good for nothing. You're not below average. You know what? You're not even average. You are above average. You are royalty. Royalty. That means you're unique and there is no one like you. In fact, you know what? Right where you are, I just want you to shout out, I am unique. Shout it out. Say, I am unique and there is no one like me. Holler back. Okay. See, I am unique and there is no one like me. So you're royal. And we're talking about royalty today. We're talking about being born to reign, right? Like think a king, think a queen. So what do I mean when I say royal today for this conference? Well, I broke it down in an acronym to help us really take this home today. Royal. R-O-Y-A-L. I want you to recognize your own awesomeness in life. Woo. I want to say that again. I want you to recognize your own awesomeness in life. You were born to reign. You were born to reign. You are royalty. So I don't want you to be afraid to dominate. I don't want you to be afraid to be a leader. I don't want you to be afraid to speak your mind. I don't want you to be afraid to shine. I don't want you to be afraid to be yourself. I don't want you to be afraid to stand up for something. I don't want you to be afraid to be awesome because you are royalty. You are royal. And I want you to recognize your own awesomeness in life. I almost feel like say, turn to your neighbor and say, you better recognize, and give me a little shoulder pop and a little head nod as well. You better recognize you are royalty. And when you think about royalty, we think about kings and queens and princesses. And I want you to do me a favor, just for a 5-second exercise. I want you in a minute to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine yourself as a king. I want you to imagine yourself as a queen. Now go ahead and close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, I'm going to do the same thing. I want you to imagine yourself. Think about it from head to toe. What do you look like as a king or as a queen? Now open your eyes. I got a question for you. Did you see a crown? Did you see a robe maybe? I saw a robe for me. I saw like a scepter and a crown. I hope that you saw at least a crown. I did too. And here's what I'm hoping is that when you opened your eyes, that you would understand that whether your eyes are closed or open, the crown is still there. You see, you've always had that crown. You just maybe couldn't see it. But I want to open your mind to the idea that you are always wearing a crown. And your crown may not be like the traditional crowns. It may not be filled with gold and filled with diamonds, and it may not be made with expensive jewelry and precious metals, but your crown is made with something far greater. Your crown is made with strength. Your crown is made with confidence. Your crown is made with joy. Your crown is made with intelligence. Your crown is made with your talents and your sick abilities. Your crown is made with self-worth, with dignity, with your identity, and with that hard to break alloy called courage. Whew. And sometimes in life and in the society that we're in, there are so many things that will try to come and tarnish that crown. They'll try to put a dent in that crown. They may even try to knock that crown off. But I want you to remember that even in the tough times, you are royalty. And when they try to knock off your crown, don't let them do it. Don't let them touch your crown, your royalty. I want you to remember who you are, even in hard times. Could you say that with me? Remember who you are, even in the hard times. If life knocks your crown down, I want you to pick it up and I want you to dust it off. I want you to do something else for me. I want you to be committed to fixing each other's crowns. We're not going to let our brother and our sister and our friends walk around with their heads down, with their lives beaten up, their abilities, their strengths, their confidence worn. We're going to fix each other's crowns, and we're going to remind each other of our royalty. Every king or queen needs someone to have their back. And that's what I'm asking you to do for everyone that you know and everyone in your circle. When I was checking out a little history, and I love to talk about kings and queens because I think it's so amazing. There's so many parallels to our lives. That one of the most feared positions in the kingdom was the cupbearer, was the food taster. Have you ever seen a movie where there's a banquet, there's a big, big gathering, and there's food being served, and they call for the cupbearer, they call for the food taster. And the food taster will come and everything will pause, and there's a silent, nervous hush in the palace as the cupbearer lifts up the king's cup filled with the king's wine and will drink it. And then he'll put that down and take a little bit of the food and taste it. And what everyone is looking for is that he doesn't choke and die. But if he stays alive, we're good to go. And I think that's so interesting about this cupbearer because I started to ask myself this question. A cupbearer and a food taster protects the king or the queen from poisoned food. And I was thinking to myself, well, the only people that would poison the food of kings or queens are enemies. The enemies of kings and queens that hate them would poison their food. But if this is an invited event, if this is a party, a banquet of friends, why would they have to worry about poisoned food if they're amongst friends? That's where we get frenemies from. And I think it's so important that we pause here for a second because we got to worry about people who pose as friends, talk to me, but are really enemies in your life, poisoning you with things that you're not even aware of. What am I talking about? I'm talking about those that smile with hidden agendas. Let's call them out. Yes, you boo-boo, I see you. Get away from my new friend because we see you. We're talking about people that are haters, right? Maybe that's a phrase you're more familiar with. The ones who feed you compliments, but it's really laced with jealousy, that poison of jealousy. The ones who feed you a trusting relationship. You feel you're safe with them, but it's laced with envy. It's laced with backbiting. It's laced with gossiping. It's laced with backstabbing activity. Or even worse, it's laced with hate. Haters are those people that hate to see you winning. They can't stand to see you shining. They can't stand to see you soar. They can't stand to see you in your purpose. They can't stand to see you happy. And some of you, like me, we're watching the news today and we're looking around at society, and we know that it feels like there's a world of people that can't stand us just because of the skin that we're in. And all that hatred and all that poison and all that venom makes you want to give up and put your crown down. But I want you to do 3 things for me. Number 1, I want you to pick that crown back up. No one is worth you losing your crown. No one. 2, I want you to shine that crown, and I want you to fix it just right for all the world to see. And 3, if your haters can't stand to see you winning, honey, bring them a chair. Let them sit. Let them sit and watch you be great. Let them sit and watch you win. Let them sit and watch you be awesome. And in fact, while they're sitting, they can have several seats, because you will not stop being awesome. Don't let people stop you from shining. Be great. Be royal. One of the other things about royal families is that they have a trusted circle of friends. These are people that they surround themselves with, that they feel most comfortable. And I just want to tell you to surround yourself with real friends. Friends that encourage you, friends that help you become better, friends that are kind to you, that are honest, that are loyal, that have your back. Friends that will protect you, that respect you for who you are. I'm talking about friends that are real ones. Ones that you're not in a one-sided relationship. You're doing everything and they're doing nothing. No, I want you to be in real, authentic friendships. And if you want to have a good friend, just a BTW, if you want to have a good friend and a real authentic relationship, be a good friend yourself. You know, there's a proverb that says, he that has friends must first be friendly. I think it was Mahatma Gandhi that says, be the change that you want to see. You want a good friend? Be a good friend. You want a loyal friend? Be loyal. You want someone that can keep your secrets? Keep theirs. Keep theirs. Another thing about kings and queens and royalty is that they're always secure. They're always protected by security, by military guards, by armies, and they're never worried about being unsafe or being attacked. And I want you to know today that whether you feel it or not, whether you know it or not, you are not alone. There is a world, there is a community, there is an army that is cheering you on, that is protecting you, that wants the best for you, that has your back. We will give the shirt off our back to see you win at life. We will be your army. You know, royalty in day-to-day life doesn't look the same as royalty in fancy ceremonies. In coronations, you see all the royal garments and all the crowns and all the pageantry. But when they're visiting hospitals, when they're going to schools, when they're in theaters or just walking, doing publicity, you don't see them in big crowns. You don't see them in robes. They're in regular, everyday clothes. But I got a question for you. Are they still royalty? You better believe they are. With or without all the trappings, with or without all the extra stuff, they are royalty. So what am I saying to you as I start to wind down? I'm saying to you that whether or not you have a crown, you're still royalty. Whether or not you see the crown, feel the crown, know that the crown is there, you're still royalty. And even if your environment doesn't look like a palace, what am I talking about? If you are in a place that is not a fancy home, maybe you're in subsidized care, maybe you're in a trailer park, maybe you're in a group home, maybe you're in a youth detention center, maybe you're just barely hanging on, maybe you even lived out of a car or still do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the environment changes. You will not change. Don't let the environment change you. Stay royal. You could be a queen with no money. You could be a king with one pair of shoes. You are royal. It's not about what you have. It's about who you are. Let me say that again. It's not about what you have. It's about who you are. So I encourage you today, if no one else acknowledges your royalty, I want you to know you're still a king, you're still a queen in the making. And if they tell you you're not royal, Those are lies. Because you are. You are royal. I want you to recognize and own your awesomeness in life. And I think I'll add the TY on the royalty this time, which is thank you. Thank you for letting me talk to you and reminding you about who you are. You were born to reign. You were born to change this world. You're a world changer. Go change the world.